it's Milana Mil and welcome to another video. For this video, I'm redesigning one of my old characters, and this is kind of like a part 2 of my old versus new video that I did a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, more accurately speaking. And I'm finishing the design of Anis, which is the girl with the red hair. And when I did that video, I think I mentioned that the designs may not be a final, and I may still fix them or improve their designs. So I decided to do that with Anis because I was not too pleased with how it turned out in my sketch video. Um, I wanted to keep some of the elements from that design that I did, but kind of change some others. The hairstyle is kind of similar, but not exactly, and the facial shape is also a slightly bit different. But I actually consider that this design turned out really well, so this is probably going to be her final design. And I mentioned in my previous video, which if you haven't watched, it may be a good idea to watch that. But I used to do a comic from 2011 till 2012, and this is actually the original design of the character that you see on the side. And I had kind of trouble with implementing her character to a new design. I know her personality and stuff, but for example, I changed her hair, not hair, but eye color, because in the past she kind of used to have this mint green eyes, but I changed them to more I changed them to dark brown because I'm kind of tired of mint green eyes, because it's always like red hair with blue eyes or green eyes. I'm just like, ah. So, I wanted to go with brown eyes, but I did give her like a green tint in her eyes. So, she sort of has like heterochromia in her eyes, so they're kind of mix of green and brown. And I'm actually really happy about this design because I finally got the red hair to work. I find red hair to be super complicated to work with, to be honest, because it's so hard to do without it consuming the whole work. Like, you don't want the red hair to kind of steal the spotlight, and it's really hard to get it to flow with the rest of the colors, because it's so easy to make the red hair too saturated or too desaturated, and then the color is gonna change based on that. But I mixed in with some orange and pink with the red, so I think it turned out really good, and it actually kind of respects the original hair color, which used to be kind of like pinkish red, or this sort of pale pinkish red. I'm not sure what you would call that. For clothes, I went for a simple design, like a dress and a shirt, and I kind of wanted to draw a similar outfit to her school uniform, though this is not a school uniform. But in her school uniform, she does have like this gray. In this picture, she has her sort of summer school uniform, but in her actual school uniform that I used to draw, she kind of had this short jacket with long sleeves, and then a gray skirt that's like medium long, and here's the original original design for the school uniform. I'm not actually sure if after I do if I sort of renovate the story or recreate the story. I'm not sure if I'm gonna give them a school uniform because I don't want the story to be the sort of Japanese story anymore. I'm just kind of tired of the sort of uh, weeaboo stories. So I will probably go for more fantasy-like in a way that I'm just gonna make up the rules myself and just kind of mix and match different cultures. But I don't want to do the whole Japanese names anymore and the whole I don't know, it's just it was really cringe-worthy, so no thank you anymore. And I actually want to plan out the story well so that if I someday do a comic of it, I want to um, know exactly what I'm gonna do so that I don't get tired halfway through and then drop the story. So that's why I'm taking my time with figuring out what I want to do with it. Because last time, or when I originally did this comic, I did get tired of the story eventually. I kind of started to see that my sort of taste changed, and I do have a few other stories of a few other characters that I have, but the problem is that none of them kind of feel very original. They all kind of feel copy of a copy or something. So this story, despite it being cringy as hell, it was the most original story that, like, it was super cliche, but it was kind of original at least. So I kind of wanted to keep the parts that I thought were good and kind of make it into my original story without it being a total copy of something that already exists. Of course, it's still gonna have cliches because you can hardly ever avoid the cliches, and cliches are not necessarily bad if you know how to use them. But I'm actually really satisfied with this, and I've kind of wanted to go back into making more original art because I've been doing so much fun art, but I just haven't felt inspired to draw my characters. That's because all of their stories are kind of here and there, and you know, um, I really need to plan out everything about my characters. I cannot just go in and randomly design a character and be like, this is my original character. No, no, no. I have to design the world and I have to design, like, I have to think their family and their friends and their school, if they go to one, and the whole world and everything, I just tie it all with neat little bow and then I can draw, my characters. So, but I'm actually liking the design, so I may be drawing more original art in the future, at least I hope so, and hopefully I will finish the rest of the designs for my characters. This picture is actually close to being ready. There's only small little details to be done, and this picture is kind of simple. You could call it a doodle more than a render painting. I think it qualifies more as a doodle because it didn't take me than few hours. But I hope you like this video, and leave a comment and like this video. And I would really like to know if you have any stories for your characters. I would be really interested to know. But anyway, hope you enjoy, and bye bye.